Crows, written April 6th, 2023. I wrote this down. That's what the kids should hear as they see the faces on the videos. Less of this sham element, and more of the combatant linguistic soul. As the life we live is fragmented, and the word is filled with people not doing what they say they'll do, but the mighty word can move the waters, nurture you in adulthood and near death. I suspect. When I think about the rest of the day, I'll wonder for that. But now it is the morning. I listened to the Cure album from a portable speaker while water sprayed from the shower head, and I stood with my new haircut like I would never move in the water, and I am a rock star. Preparing to go out in the day, one liberated. No, I don't have it. No, I don't have it. Turned into, I don't want it. I don't want it. And if I ever meet people with finer things and they call me a ragamuffin, I'll smile my shaved jaw and roar. I am the nouveau rich. That is one in debt who laughs. The cat on my lap is the only one aware I am the stone, and the internet is the Goliath. I had a freaky dream when I was a child. I was walking around in my grandmother's house where this pale wraith of a man in a hospital gown walked toward me from out of the neighbor's pool. So I ran and hid in the linen closet. And the wraith opened the door and roared like a lion. Now I roar like a lion. Rawr. Nowadays, I don't distinguish between dreams and nightmares, and this is not unlike the waking world. Last night, I dreamt. Then I dreamt again. I was stuck in the rain with grandparents in a Jeep. We were doing what they had wanted to do, and it was horrible. I cried. I wanted to go to a festival. The next morning, still in my dream, I started walking with my I'm on island time hat and entered into a house of 3 ruffians. One of those lads offered to drive me to the festival. So we went to a house I used to go to when I was a hormonal teenager. My cat was there. His hair was all standing up, and I let him sit on my shoulder. The aforementioned house now had a beach, so I walked to the beach and I swam with the public. Then I saw old acquaintances, and one of them, who's now a mother, gave me covers for seats in a hot tub. And I said, "Oh yeah, thanks. I'll need these in the future." Then I woke up and moved to my couch, feeling the grand earth spinning. I napped between 10-minute alarms, face to face with hoodlums and stiffs in my dreams, who sat across from me, just as alive-looking as the people outside my window. And finally I got up and got into that shower, flexed my muscles in the mirror. I have decided thousands of times that today is the best day of my life. I used to pray for it. Last night I did not pray in words because I saw God breathing all around me. And it's not sacrilegious to say so. More people should look into the Ethics by Baruch Spinoza. Are you blasphemous if you love the Christ but are interested in philosophy or history or culture? I should hope not. I think the main sin would be to love Christ but not heed one's attitude toward others. I don't consider what I learn and who I learn from idolatry, because many are just nice pieces to move around in my mind. And I think a standout person with an expressive mind who has explored the world physically or mentally helps to give human existence order. Stars help to give humanity purpose because some of us want to do big things, like sing in the shower, smile in the mirror, and prepare to walk around in the daylight, cutting away sorrows and simmering the red water of evil. Since we've lived under the arches of many suns. What do I know, Coffee Bean? I certainly don't want to give up or be a loser because I am in my own life. If I can take the morning as the morning, and the afternoon as the afternoon, and the night as the night, then I suppose I'll enjoy my age. I can't go on every day trying to figure out the rest of my life. Something may come out of nowhere today, and all that worrying and predicting is not going to keep me alive. I believe in caution. Do I feign wisdom by saying I recommend hesitancy? I told a guru to leave me alone earlier when I was nude, as I did not want to be pestered by the words of another. I just wanted to be in my silence. Now I read Foucault's Madness and Civilization and learn unfortunate things done in Europe in the Age of Reason. And still we must help all to find peace once they wake up in eternity. Get them away from material limits and back into the soul that is safe, sound, and soft. We should not mock the undone, for we are one, though it's hard at times to take into account the pudgy lady who was wearing pajama pants on the bus and overreacting to bumps we hit with her helium voice and talking out loud about the men who walked off the bus, shouting to another woman in the front, "Wow, he liked you!" She walked on the bus and almost sat on me as I was sitting in the back like an art fixture. And I am Nicholas the Poodle. I wear sunglasses. I invented myself. God, grant me the peace to understand love for myself. And the work I am making is not arrogance, because I do want to live in peace and happiness with ideals that we get only in words. I know you will protect me. I shall not want. But I need to do that part I feel. But I must watch desires and thought formations, Buddhist term. I want peace and freedom like air, and when I stop wanting, I am the cosmic dance, and I don't know what's happening. Ah, disorder. Ah, picking and choosing. Ah, it burns. Baruch Spinoza, and blessedness. Me? Family says, how can you be you with all these guys in mind? And I think, because there are hundreds of angels around my body. I stop writing, then I go outside to wait for the bus. Earlier than the other day when I had to chase it down. It's a beautiful day. At the bus stop, a curly-haired lady is listening to the Counting Crows album, August and Everything After, while standing with a man in a wretched suit jacket who leans on the trash receptacle. I stand by the bus shelter after writing all that confidence as people near and far crept around the sidewalks and felt a little silly because I wasn't talking to them all, because I was big, smart, working me, quiet, and unsure of how to live still. But after a moment it passes, and all that connection to eternity, the present, the meditation, it shows itself, and I smile. The curly-haired older lady and the guy on the trash can chat. A man with a crutch gets off the bench, calls someone on his phone and says, "What are you doing?" in such an innocent way, like he just wanted to know. Bashfully, I speak to speak. I say to the lady, "That's such a good album." "It is, isn't it?" "Yeah, I've got it on record, vinyl I mean. Such beautiful lyrics. He must have been young when he wrote those too. And I meant the singer, not Jesus." And the lady comes closer to me, looking at her phone, and she says, "This is my favorite song." And she plays Mrs. Potter's Lullaby. I don't recognize it, then she tells me the name, and I say that I always hear new things on the album when I listen to it. She then moves away by stretching out her legs and does a few lunges, and I wonder if she is indicating something from a lost American culture, we ourselves moving energy, and maybe it is sexual. She says to the man, "My primary care doctor told me that I'm flexible." And he mumbles something, and meanwhile I feel uncomfortable because I've always had this unreasonable jealousy about me that I'm self-conscious about, but I hold fast, as it is the best day of my life, and I'm aging, and alas, I pulled that goddamn covetousness back into my heart and told it to die. And many judgments died in my chest today, As I recognized them in myself, I did not let them taint air. And would you believe it? We get on the bus and we ride in the sunny day. Then on Chandler Street by Queen Street, where street people are clustered and one harlot is shivering by the rehab center, there is the lady who is wearing pajama pants and speaking her mind in a helium voice, who boards the bus as if she heard me typing about her. But I know she is an angel, and she reminds me of my long-gone Graham. When she gets on the bus, she's a little more reserved, and who am I anyway? We drive. She's stepping off the bus while the bus driver carries on a conversation with her as she stands by the door of the bus. At Worcester State, I leave a copy of my novel in front of the statue of Socrates. I teach my 2 classes and kill my prejudices and insecurities in my heart while the students read their original, beautiful journalistic articles. I walk home. I stand on the corner by Elm Park before I cross the street and feel like I did in the shower, like I could stand there forever and never move, even if all the people and all the cars disagreed with me. We are lucky to be alive. When I cross the street, I sometimes imagine I'm a duck leading ducklings. It's the night now. Lent is over. I've not yet examined Deuteronomy. My mom used the expression eating crow the other month to mean not saying what one could, but really it means to admit one is wrong after taking a strong position, eating crow. I can imagine being caught with crow feathers showing from one's lips.